Welcome into Working From Home. I'm Whitney Hayworth with the Sunbelt Conference, joined today by Coastal Carolina head women's golf coach Katie Quinney. Coach, you've got quite a scene there wherever you are working from home. Tell us exactly where you are and what you've been up to and how you're doing during this time.
I'm here at my house in my backyard. So we unfortunately, this has become my home office since we did not downsize to the condo for space. We did it for that. So I've been working on the porch quite a bit.
It's quite a shame that's your view, but hopefully you're staying safe and healthy during this coronavirus pandemic.
We are absolutely got the sunglasses on top of my head to cover up my roots. So I've, proof that I've been staying indoors and out of the public.
Good. Well, we just caught up a little bit before we actually started this official interview. You said, at this point in time, it's a beautiful day. You'd be really getting prepared for conference play. Obviously, that will not happen this year, but so let's rewind a little bit to the team that you were working with before everything got canceled. Tell us a little bit more about that team ranked in the top 100 via GolfStat and Golf Week.
Yeah, we were actually making quite a climb. Our last 3 weeks in a row in the rankings, I think we'd made it up to 66 by the end, and we were literally an hour from loading up the van to head to Augusta, where we were going to see teams that were ranked 6. I think it was 6, 8, 12, 18, 22, 24. We really were going to have some great opportunities to knock off some big teams and just at least just kind of see where we really were and see if the hard work was paying off. So yeah, it just couldn't have been more crushing at the time.
Who were some of the individuals on your team that had impressed you so far this season? And, I think overall into the fall and the spring, you finished in the top 10 in each tournament that you played, except for one, and that was your first tournament of the year in the fall.
That first tournament too, we took, let's see, we had all underclassmen, and it was 3 of our players' very first collegiate tournament ever. And it happened to be at Inverness up in Ohio, where they are going to host the next Solheim Cup. So sorry, the bird's getting kind of loud, but so it was on one of the toughest venues that we were going to play all year, and having just so much inexperience, but they were so tough and we had so much fun. And for out of the 54 holes, I'd say 45, 46 of the holes, we contended so well, and it was so competitive. And it gave me, honestly, that first tournament, it was almost like the hope of what was really going to happen this season, and knowing that all we had to do was get better every single day. And that was something that this team should be so proud of. We got better every single day up until the second, that it was done. So it was a great foundation to just kind of see where we stood, see where we needed to improve. And we did. We improved every single day we were out there. So it's been a great season.
Looking at the last tournament that you played in the spring, what were the strengths of your team at that time?
Well, in that last tournament we played at Florida State, we were without one of our top stroke averages. Tiffany went down with a horrible stomach virus, and so we went 36 holes on an extremely difficult golf course in extremely difficult conditions, and they just gutted it out, knowing that every single swing was going to count. And Tiffany came back and was just super brave and played the final rounds. But that was, if we'd been full strength during that tournament, I think we would have had a top 5 finish for sure.
When you look at your roster, all but one are from outside of the United States. So during this time when it's so important to stay connected with your team, with your players, with your golfers, how are you doing that at this point in time?
We're honestly struggling with that a little bit, to be truthful. We're trying our best. We have a group chat, we do videos, we're having some internal competitions amongst ourselves to have some laughs and some humor, but they're really busy right now. This online school it's crushing them. They every time I reach out individually and we kind of have our weekly talks, they're like, they give anything to just go to school. They want to meet with their professors, they want to be in class, they want to come to my office and just be able to study for an hour or two and check in. And they're just getting crushed right now with the amount of work that they're having to do to wrap up the semester online, plus the feeling disconnected from your professors and from just like real that aspect of the learning is tough, especially doing it in not your native language as well, to not be able to have that FaceTime and ask the questions. So we're sort of leaving them alone a little bit from that perspective. We're not pushing them too much on kind of the team bonding and whatnot. We're kind of letting them try to wrap up the school year and just stay connected and just try to stay positive.
We all recently watched the Masters Rewind, and unfortunately, this year did not get to watch the Augusta National Women's Amateur. The first one was last season. Talk about the importance of the women's amateur now, and the importance of and the elevation of women's golf in today's world.
That Augusta, the women's am is just absolutely, it's possibly the single greatest event to really push our sport forward as females. It's obviously there's been so many people to pave the way along the years, but as far as modern golf and right now in 2020 is concerned, that event is just off the charts. And everyone that I know that was directly involved with that last season, it exceeded any expectation they had ever set for that event. And some of us coaches that had even don't play as much as we probably should anymore. Maybe don't watch as much on TV as we used to. It kind of gave us all just a whole new spark and a whole new lift towards where our game could be heading.
And speaking of that, that spark and kind of realizing maybe what you haven't been doing that you want to be doing, some of that you can do right now, especially you as a golfer, being in Myrtle Beach with the golf courses still open. How do you take this time and maybe watching that women's amateur last year, moving forward to realize and really put things into perspective moving forward, and how to maybe manage your time in a way that you may not have before?
I think hopefully, I hope my players feel the same way, that we all realize how much we miss it, and just how much we miss being out there together and competing, and really just all the small parts of the game of golf that we all really appreciate and miss about what it does for our lives and what it does to make us feel like good people and feel productive and really just let their talent shine. And I hope they miss it as much as I do.
Well, Coach, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today. It's been great to catch up with you. I mean, one of the best interviews thus far with the beach in the background, so super jealous. You've got a great place to be, sheltering in place and staying at home, and I hope that you are doing just that and staying healthy, and look forward to seeing you again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Thanks for the time, Whitney.